Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Michelle Francis Cook, MFC vocal teacher, and today's topic is going to be on the topic of what is vocal placement for opera as opposed to other vocal genres. So today's topic comes to us in the form of a question. I received an email from Sherry, who is an American lady who lives in Barcelona, and she said to me in the letter, "Dear MFC vocal teacher, thank you for your last video. I have a question for you. What exactly is placement of the voice? I have a music theatre background, so I really don't understand the difference between the two genres in vocal placement. Can you help?" Of course, I'll do my very best, Sherry. The contemporary voice. Let's look at that placement. The modern singer, the pop singer, the rock singer, and some vocal singers of the music theatre production, they use the focus of the voice through the arytenoid muscle system, which is a fancy word for the throat, you know, the pharynx and the larynx. Going through there, they focus into the hard palate in their mouth, but they do not change the placement higher than that. It's in the mouth, they have an opening which is generally horizontal and not opening very much in the mouth. It's a comfortable open space without the throat changing space. It's going to be chest voice and not head voice. Let's give it a pretty high. So let's look at contemporary music theatre positions for placement. Now we're looking at a music theatre, we're looking at Broadway styles, and often you will hear a twanginess in the voice. So you'll hear that the placement is higher than in pop singing. It needs to project without microphone often in the theatre. So these singers are focusing through the hard palate, but they are vibrating. They focus they center the sound and focus the sound just behind the nose, into sort of in the forward position, where they vibrate in a sort of twang. So let's have a listen to Stephanie J. Block. She is a music theatre and Broadway singer. So finally we come to the last type of singing in this video that we're going to look at, and it's the type of singing which requires the highest placement. This is opera placement or classical singing placement. Now the difference here is, again, where we focus the sound. We go through the hard palate into the bones of the head when we focus the sound that way. But we have two distinct differences. One, that we focus not behind the eyes, or at eye level, that the sound is resonating the upper part of the forehead, the high cheeks, even as high as the top of the head. But the biggest change for the placement to occur is the vertical space that we need to produce in the throat. We don't open horizontally like the previous styles. We open vertically in the back of the throat. It's a form of yawn position, where in the soft palate, the back of the throat where it's soft, we lift that high so that the soft palate raises when we sing a high note. The lower part of the throat is lowered the pharynx to create a vertical movement in the throat. Now this vertical spacing, when we're about to sing a song, creates the voice's placement in the upper part. It's an internal head space. It's not as forward as the nasal, so it's not the same as the nasal position, as some people have said. I've heard some people say opera is a very forward nasal. No, it's not. It's central, and in the central forward and resonating in the sinus bones of the sinus and the upper part of the forehead. So when I breathe in, I create a yawn space which verticalizes the soft part of the throat. So if I breathe in and I'll sing that note, I have to open in the vertical. The sound is now coming from the center, as high as the eyes, and vibrating all of my head more or less. So finally we hear an opera singer. This is anGPW, and she sings also the E, not a very high note, but we'll just demonstrate where that E is. Therefore there you can see where she's putting the opera position and how that mouth position and placement is different from the previous E's that we've heard. Mouth is very wide in the vertical position, and the internal is wide too. It's a vertical space with the yawn. Her placement, if you look at her eyes, you can see that she's placed in that section in the upper region of her head to produce her notes. I hope you've enjoyed this analysis of vocal placement for different types of voice singing and genres. Next week we're going to have another topic, so if you are really desperately wanting to know and have a question or want to know a certain topic, do contact me through the message, and I'll do my very best to answer that question for you. Thank you for joining me today, and do subscribe. You will be notified immediately of new videos that come up. And also please like this video so that I know that you've been here to listen to my teaching instruction. Take care. Bye.